If you go to a dentist's office, you walk out with this. You can't see what's in this bag, but you know what's in this bag, don't you? Right? What's in this bag? Right, so we have a toothbrush, right? And we have toothpaste and dental floss and a next appointment, right? That's what we have, right? Let me ask you a question. How come if you go to a chiropractic office, you don't have the same kind of experience? What happens when you walk out of a chiropractic office? I don't know. I don't know. It really depends on what kind of chiropractic office you went into. And that's the theme of my talk today, is this dental goodie bag. The stuff that's in that dental goodie bag has created modern dentistry, right? This was a plan. This was a plan a long time ago by dentists getting together saying, our profession is second rate. Nobody pays attention to us. We're like nothing, and we have to change that. And they had a plan, and they worked the plan, and the plan worked. 150 years ago, modern dentistry looked like this. They would pull teeth with rusty equipment, and that's about all they did. And the wild thing is this. You see, this is the thing you look for on like the old-time barber shop kind of stuff. But did you know what those colors are all about? Right? Do you think that that barbers only used to cut hair? Because that was my thought. But this is what I found out. That barbers used to be the barber surgeons. And they actually used to do dental work. They used to do tooth extraction, minor surgery. So when you go back to this and you look at the white is for bone. The white is for teeth. And the red is for blood. And I don't know what the blue's for, honestly. But I couldn't find that one. But the red and white, that's what it's for. So barbers used to be the dentists. And then this thing came out in the 1870s called Colgate toothpaste. Colgate toothpaste. That was the beginning of the ascension of dentistry, when they came out with Colgate toothpaste. Because before that, they used to brush their teeth with like hard bristle things, and maybe they used some tooth powder, like you see the Pepsodent one over here. They may use the tooth powder, but that toothpaste thing, that was brilliant. And Colgate was one of the first people, Pepsodent also, but Colgate, they were the big ones thinking about this. So my question is, how did dentists get from this in the late 1800s to this right now? The cosmetic dentistry and the orthodontics and all the stuff that they have now. How did they get there? I would like to suggest to you that they got there using three thought processes: vision, solidarity, and money. First, they had amazing vision. And I'm going to show you how that occurred, because I went actually back into dental history to figure this out. Second, they did it together. They did it together. The orthodontists don't get mad at the periodontist, and don't get mad at the cosmetic dentist, and don't get mad at the general dentist. They're all doing it together. We got to take a lesson from that. It's not Gonstead versus Thompson. This is chiropractic. And money. They used a massive amount of money to get their message across. But let's watch this. So I know it's kind of small to read, but I just want to, it's not for you to read, it's really for you to think about. Modern dentistry really started in 1859. 1859, when the ADA, the American Dental Association, was formed. By 1908, they are publishing dental pamphlets. And look at this, recommending brushing teeth at least twice a day, flossing regularly, and twice a year dental visits. Brilliant. Brilliant. In 1908, it took them about 50 years, but in 1908, they said, you know what? People still think we're second rate. People still think that we're just tooth pullers. This isn't going to work. So what we need to do is we need to create a plan. And we have this instrument now, and Colgate invented this toothpaste stuff. We have these things now, these tools to propagate around people, and then we're going to get people to go back to dentists regularly. And they started this thought process in 1908. Then, in 1941, they said, you know what we got to do? We got to get into the schools. We got to teach the kids. And I don't know if they still do this anymore, but I know when I was a kid, they had this dentist roll this big tooth in with this giant toothbrush thing, and he taught us how to do all that kind of stuff. Brilliant. Brilliant. And then in 1964, the ADA, the American Dental Association, produced the first color television commercials, and they created a 501c3 nonprofit foundation to propagate the message of dentistry to the people, unrelenting. Because nobody, I don't have to talk to anybody in this room or in this hotel or in this city. And if I say to someone, hey, how often should you go to the dentist? They'll say twice a year. Do you brush your teeth? Yes, twice a day. Now flossing, maybe, maybe not. But it is very important. Let me tell you, you young folk, floss. Then the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry came about in 1984. And by 1987, they too had the idea. You know, they said, the ADA is doing pretty good, we got to do this too. So they said, we had to develop our own 501c3 nonprofit foundation to propagate and increase awareness of cosmetic dentistry. And look what they did. Look what these guys did. First off, back in 1999, they created this campaign, the nonprofit part of the AACD created a campaign called Give Back a Smile, where they gave money to domestic violence survivors to help them restore their teeth. And I just found this on the internet. They even created novels you can buy on Kindle, and all the proceeds support the GBAS. Why aren't we doing something like this? Why don't we create, instead of Give Back a Smile, why don't we create something called Give Back? Right? Give back, and give back to some kids or with domestic violence or something. Why aren't we thinking of this kind of stuff? We are not thinking this kind of way. We got to think the way the big boys are thinking. We got to follow what these guys are doing. Thank you. In 2002, brilliant! They got the idea to go on Extreme Makeover, right? Now Extreme Makeover is houses and stuff. But then it was about people, and the cosmetic dentists brilliantly got on this program along with a bunch of cosmetic surgeons and stuff. And look at what it says right here. Cosmetic dentistry becomes more popular than ever. Brilliant. These guys are brilliant. They had a plan, they worked the plan, and the plan worked. Whoop. So look at the market share. This is very upsetting to me when I read this, especially in the next slide when you see this. Children with a dental plan who visited a dentist in the last year, in 2012, according to the ADA, was 80%. That's their market share. Adults who have visited a dentist in the last year, in 2012, 60%. $2.7 billion spent on cosmetic dentistry in 2012. $2.7 billion, probably dwarfs the amount of chiropractic spent. Why is this so important? Because in let's think about this. 1859, modern dentistry was formed. It took them in 156 years, they have 60 to 80% market share. Chiropractic was born in 1895. 120 years, we have 10% or less market share. What on earth is wrong with us? And let's contrast that. Coca-Cola, we're in the land of Coke here. Coca-Cola U, right down the road. Coca-Cola was born in 1892, 3 years before chiropractic was born. They have a 42% market share just in this country. What? How is that possible? That sugar water that has phosphoric acid that if you pour it on your car will burn off the paint of your car, and it's got a 42% market share, but the most important possible thing in the most important thing in healthcare in the history of the planet, and we only have 10% market share. How is that possible? How is that possible? So here's what we can learn from dental history. We're looking at them. We can learn. They've had a public education campaign since 1908. They have a 501c3 that potentially benefits all dentists, not just dentists in a certain zip code or dentists who sign up for a certain program. Every dentist is benefiting from what they do. They have TV commercials, TV shows, Kindle books, social media, they're everywhere. Look at this kind of stuff. Oral-B partners with Disney. Oral-B has an app on the phone that the kids can play so that they can brush their teeth longer. Brilliant. Oral-B partners with Dental Care and creates this whole video series and stuff for teachers, and they can get the teachers free toothbrushes, free toothpaste, get into classes, and educate them about how brushing their teeth. Just look at this. Look at this. All right, Colgate. Colgate Cares Colgate creates this foundation called Colgate Cares. 700 million children they've reached in 80 countries. Look what they've done over here. They have made all these computer games on their, this is on their website, all these computer games for different age kids, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 8 on up. All these computer games that are really fun, cute little things, and how to brush your teeth, and this Joe toothbrushing thing, all these things. I played some of them. Unbelievable. Why have we not thought of this? Why do we not have apps? And I don't mean apps for a single chiropractic office. Like, my office may have an app that says you can make an appointment on this app. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an app for chiropractic. I'm talking about computer programs for chiropractic. Can we please learn from them? Because this is our national organization websites. That's a joke. That is a joke. Find a chiropractor? That's the best we can come up with, is find a chiropractor? Right? I think we have a lot to learn from dentists. But here's the deal, right? When is chiropractic going to gain? But I'll tell you, with Dr. Riekman's help, the reason that Life University is the place that we're at is because we are planting seeds that nobody else has. We have amplified. Amplified is an incredible thing. Every time you post on one thing, you post on all your different social media things. So you post on Facebook, and it also appears on Pinterest and Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram and all of them all at once. Brilliant. That was amazing what Jason figured out. Kid Natural, we love this kid. Amazing. Capitalizing on the way videos work in the United States. LiveU in Italy, I cannot begin to stress for you how important LiveU in Italy is going to be, not just for Italy, but for the entire world, how important this is. Life around the world, with clinics all over the place. If you want to peak, you can peak in China, you can peak in Singapore, you can peak in New Zealand. You have all these opportunities. Nobody has this kind of stuff. Dr. Riekman with this whole, I love these two signs up here about impact and vitalistic visionaries. That's what we're all about, because we want to impact social change. That's our goal, is to create social change. It's not just about getting adjusted. This is not chiropractic, right? Anybody can do this. This is a mechanical thing. You can teach a robot to do this. That is not chiropractic. Chiropractic is a philosophy, right? Chiropractic is a lifestyle. That's what chiropractic is. That's what we need to try to teach them. That's social change. Our mission in Life Force 1000 is changing the world. No other chiropractic school can talk about this kind of stuff. And Life Vision seminars, this is like the last bastion. In my opinion, this is the last bastion of pure, simple, unadulterated chiropractic from a university setting. So here's my challenge, my thought, because I keep on thinking, what can we learn from these dentists? We have to learn something from them. I think we need some sort of 501c3 nonprofit foundation that I just called Foundation for Chiropractic Social Change, dedicated to educating the public about chiropractic, so for making apps, for making computer games, for making pamphlets, for making TV commercials, for making movies, for making Kindle books, for doing stuff that is not going to benefit just people in one particular kind of genre in chiropractic, but for all of chiropractic. We have to learn from the big boys that are dentists. They're the ones who had a vision and a purpose. Way back in 1859, these guys visioned it, and now we can see where they are today, that they are the high-rate profession. We can do the same thing. It's our responsibility. It is Life Vision's responsibility, Life Force's responsibility, Life University's responsibility, and I hope you guys want to come on a Life Vision with us. Thank you.